Matrix Talk.
Afternoon.
We're back on April the 3rd,
Yes.
2023.
Turn the calendar.
And if you're, somebody says nice, I'm doing, I forgot to check in.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say,
Let's say something nice.
if I could spell. There we go. Greetings from Maine. And Phil, check in. And if anybody's with us, you can check in. Small crowd today. Don't know what's cooking. Who knows?
I'm in Langhorne.
Of course, it's Palm Sunday, Passover.
Lots of things co-occurring here these days.
a lot of stuff going. So, Easter's next week. Who knows? But we're doing balancing the big picture and dynamically adjusting in modern times. Ohio finally getting warmer. Well,
yeah, same here.
I can sort of kind of maybe say that about Maine.
Yeah, we're getting into the low 60s today, so that's
I wish tomorrow we get that, but not today. It is nicer today. My bee's supposed to be here in 3 weeks. So get to install my bee packages. I'm a nut. That's one of my favorite things to do. Install bee packages. Quick. And people going, what the hell does he mean? Bees, when you can get them a couple of different ways. You can buy a whole hive. You can buy a little hive, or you can get a package. That's 3 pounds of bees. They take 3 pounds of bees, take a queen, put it with them in a cage, and put some corn syrup with a little hole poked in it, canned, and they ship them. And they eat the corn syrup, and all the while the bees and the queen are getting acquainted. So when they get here, I gotta put them in the hive. And there's bees flying everywhere. For the most part, they don't sting you. So that's why it's really cool. It's a fun day, especially if you have nice weather. It's not so good if it's rainy.
Yep.
If you ever want to come see it, come visit me in Maine.
Cool.
And toward the end of April, and I'll show you about putting in a package of bees. Not very many humans get to experience that. I always feel quite privileged that I get to experience that. I really do.
It's a cool thing.
It is cool. It's way cool. It probably helps with my dynamically adjusting in modern times. This is about we're writing a book again, and this is
yes, we are.
Seeing us do stuff on pattern recognition, and when we started thinking, that's probably a little bit too educated, highfalutin sound. And so then we're thinking maybe it was balancing the big picture. So we're toying with titles here. It'll look a lot the same, but we're playing around. And hello, Jasmine. Gotta keep rolling along here, trying to figure out. We probably got plenty for the book already, but we'll keep playing around with it.
Oh, it's always good to have lots of material.
Yeah, we'll have
that you can edit out.
More than enough by the time we're done. We'll be in a couple more weeks. We'll do another series on how to write a book, the way we go about writing a book.
Yes, we will.
It works. 104. We should be good to go.
All right.
Actually, there's a few people here. Wow. Hello, people. Nice to see you. Check in. Jasmine checked in. She's back in Ohio. And you can go in the lower right, tell us where you're from. In the upper right, you can follow us. Oh, and we didn't hook up the green button.
That's what I'm looking at, right? That's what I've been playing with here, Kevin.
Oh, can you do it? Okay.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
We just got to put the link in. Right?
We'll let Phil chat along. That's all right.
All right. Yes. So please sign in if you get a chance, and I think you can go to the upper right if you want and follow us.
And Phil's working on the green button.
I'm working
Oh,
on the green button.
the
And I'm
call.
working very slowly, apparently. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. All
Oh,
right.
no,
So
it's usually in Calgary. Now, Scottsdale, Arizona. Wow,
neat.
that's a long way from the
Yeah.
Calgary Stampede all the way
You've been
down to.
moving around, Tony.
I mean,
Ow.
that's a trip right there. Wow. Well, probably already hot in Scottsdale, down in the desert down that way. Oh, Phil's still playing. Yeah.
Look, I'm almost there.
Oh no, he's almost there. I was just delaying a little bit with the green button.
Yeah, well, we're almost there. Let's see. Let's see if this will work.
Jasmine said I used to live. I think Jasmine lived everywhere. Best I can tell.
Yeah. All right. Now, show. There we go.
Sign up. Get the workbook support. Perfect.
It's not the usual big long one, but it'll
Green
do.
button below. You sign up. You if you
Sign up with Patreon to support us,
and if you do it at the $10 level, you get a workbook,
which is way cool.
the coaching workbook. The full
That helps us.
one of the books we wrote. So, as Jasmine said, I never lived in Maine. Funny. Okay, I'll grant you that.
Yeah.
1 out of 49 states she hadn't lived in.
I've been to Scottsdale. Scottsdale.
I've been to Scottsdale.
Yeah, it's nice now. It gets pretty hot there in a couple of months, though. Remember that?
Yeah, I was there. I was knee
I was
high.
there in April, this time of the year. It was nice.
I was a little guy when I was there, so I don't remember much. Just know I was there. Okay, wow, we got it. It's a Monday. We're getting into it. So balancing the big picture. What does that mean? Okay.
Good question.
Well, it's sort of the big picture of you, and so the story goes like we've been doing this matrix thing for a long time.
Yeah,
since 2009 actually, and
yes.
Oh yeah, sure. Ebook,
yes.
Kindle.
It's going to be in Kindle, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Then it'll be paperback and ebook.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's how we can keep the process going. We're not plugged into a publishing empire where they want to.
No, we are not.
we're the only one we're plugged into is Amazon Kindle.
Right.
Do it ourselves. But yes, we'll do that. And we do the print versions where you can print them off. You can you print them off. You have Amazon print them and they mail them to you.
Print on demand, right?
Print on demand. Yeah. Pretty cool, actually.
Yep.
So what we were playing with is, well, always less words. And after many years of playing with less words, we figured out that the biggest bang for your buck is the picture of the diagram, the completed picture.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and as this process where you go from sort of a blank matrix,
kind of like this.
You got that blank matrix, which is really like, okay, whatever.
Pretty sparse.
It's pretty sparse, and of course it has no dynamics yet.
Yeah.
It's not dynamic, it's static.
Just sitting here.
From that dynamically adjusting thing, that's from the word static, which is standing still, static, to dynamic, which is motion, it's moving, it's alive. So the first order of business with yourself, or if you're working with somebody else, is to get it started, like a lawnmower engine or something, or your car engine, you know.
Yeah. Turn your key, push the button, whatever it is that you do to get it going.
You got to go from not started to started, and then you can put it in gear and get going. Well, that's what this. So we're starting. So what we're toying with is the fastest ways to get somebody into the picture. But in the end of the day, it's so that they can look at the picture. That's what it's for. It's to get that visual, that visceral feeling you get from seeing the picture. So that's what we're up to. So balancing the big picture. First, we got to develop a big picture to balance. Okay. So the way we do that is to be quick. Senses are up the top, mind's at the bottom, satisfaction's over to the right, relief's over to the left. Got the 4 quadrants. People go, da, 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 yeah. Okay. So, and we all answer the question, who's important? Or the person you're dealing with answers, who's important. And we quickly answer, wife, son,
That's
colleagues, parrots, dogs, cats, ferrets, whatever. I mean, and this is where, but I will place this in very quickly. When we say it that way, we're already bringing on board the non-judgmental character of this. So we're not going to judge what somebody puts in in their response to who's important to you. So if they say a ferret it is.
Yeah, you go.
We're right in that. We're not going to judge it. Okay. Because the second you start saying, well, that's not really that, now you're judging. And we just ixnay on that. No, we don't do that. So we put it down. So, so we developed that, and it's okay, Jasmine, you've been with us so many times. How does answering the lower right quadrant make you feel? The classic therapist question, right? How does that make you feel? So there you go. How does it make you feel? When I know how it makes me feel when I answer who's important to me. Everybody? Is Jasmine typable? Maybe Tony.
Tony, want to weigh in?
There you go. Good, usually. Yeah, exactly. I call it a warm fuzzy. It's like, it's sort of,
there you go, Tony, connected. Yeah.
It's sort of satisfying, right? There's that word, satisfying.
Yeah.
In and of itself.
A nice feeling.
So the feel to that lower right quadrant is this connectedness, this social. I have friends. I have family. I have people.
I got a tribe. I got
a tribe.
People.
All right, and that's what's going on there. So now we've already begun the dynamics. It's gone from a static thing to a feel thing, right? And that's why we start there. We want to start with that feel. That's the feel we want to start with. I'll give you now an example of what we don't want to start with, which is the lower left quadrant. And that one, it's literally, you say, this is where we write down stuff that feels yucky. And it doesn't feel good. For example, fear. Fear does not feel good. In most of the situations, it just doesn't. The dog's after you or something, whatever. You're afraid. It's yucky, right? And is there other examples of yucky feelings that can show up in your life on a day-to-day basis? What do you think? Jasmine, you got any that show up every once in a while? Cody? We've been talking a little bit, chatting a little bit. Fear. We got fear.
Yep.
Any others?
Shame.
Okay. Shame. Jasmine put in irritation.
Oh, yeah.
Hey. See?
I had a bit of that earlier today.
And now we can just, I mean,
Fatigue. Oh, Mary Ellen, thank you.
Thank you, Mary Ellen. I used to know a Mary Ellen. Well, now I know one now. She's with us here. It was another Mary. So anyway, hi. And so here comes the big question, the therapist question.
Oh, yeah.
And how does that make you feel?
Oh, here.
Thinking about that yucky stuff. I mean, there's a feel to it, right? There's a feel to that quadrant. There's a visceral response,
Yep.
internal response to talking about that stuff. I know how Phil and I summed it up. Starts with the word why.
Yeah.
End up with the letter Y. Anyway, anybody agree? It's the feeling that sort of surrounds all of it is what we say is yucky.
Yep.
Yucky. So for the one side, right, lower right, warm fuzzies, satisfaction. Yay. Over on the left, lower left, yucky.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's just no fun thinking about.
Nope.
That's that, right? Now, what that does, it doesn't end up in relief, but what it does set up is wanting relief. It feels yucky. I don't want the yucky. So how might I get relief from the yucky? And now you see what we call a swoosh arrow, just like that. And if you're doing this with yourself or somebody else, that's exactly how you want to draw it. So there's a little bit of drawing practice here, folks.
Right.
That's how you draw it. And now with that, now the dynamics have really set in, because that is representing motion, literally representing motion. And I can feel it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a drive, and then we finish up and we'll say, for example, you might run to get away, to get relief from fear, right? And now the run has made it even more dynamic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we're booking it. now we're getting out of the way of the bus. We're
going for relief.
Right, we're moving, and now you see how this is beginning to take on life, to go from static to dynamic. It's beginning to move, and that's how you want to. That's how we're teaching you to do this now. It's not about putting words on a page.
No,
it's about setting up a feel and setting up a dynamic, moment to moment living life kind of thing. So what we do now is we gave, for shame, what might somebody do? And in the upper left is, of course, observable actions that people take. So what kind of action might a person take to get relief from shame? Tony put shame in. So maybe Tony.
Okay.
Perfect. There we go. Retail therapy, very popular. Yes. And there we got it. And see, now another swooshy arrow has shown up. Purposely done. Right? Irritation. What might a person do to get relief from irritation? And here we go doing that, and always getting in this action. So I don't know. Has anybody else here ever experienced irritation?
Clean
the kitchen. All right. Yeah. I'm familiar with that one. Wash the dishes.
Take out the trash.
Take out the trash. Whatever. Do stuff because you're irritated, right? There you go. And here comes
Aggressively. Like that. Aggressive baking.
Oh man, I like aggressive baking. That's way cool.
Pots and pans flying all over.
Idea. Okay, and with this, we are now wanting to load up the imbalance. So we've already got it started. We've already got the imbalance started. We're going to complete it now. And it's very easy to do. Just think about fear. Fear shows up inside of you, you run. Yay. And you think and say, okay, well, running from fear that one time, that did the trick. I never have any more fear show up.
And I am now fearless.
I'm now fearless. There we go. And I am personally going to say, nah, nope.
Not in my world.
Fear shows right back up. And what that gives us the opportunity to do, which Phil is going to take the opportunity, is a downward swishing arrow just like that. And now we've got ourselves the beginnings of a spiral going. Okay. We've got the loop. Well, the word for them, the old term we use for them is stuck loops. So we do that. What was our next one? Shame? It was shame. So for shame, shopping, that's what the American way is built on. You go shopping once for shame and shame's done.
We're good.
No more shopping.
We're good.
Would you agree with that, Tony? Shame has been cured forever by one. Tony's with it. She says, yep, that cures tame forever.
Yay!
I'm wondering if she might be being a wee bit sarcastic there.
Right. I don't think she's being completely on board with us.
I think shame's one of those things that can. I keep trying it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of this.
That's it. Yep, you got it.
What's the answer? Well, of course, more shopping.
Right back up there again. Here we go.
When shame shows back up, let's do the more shopping. Yay! Right. And the retailers love you for it. Capitalism loves you for it. Right? Irritation. Oh man, that cleaning that kitchen, that took care of that, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And for the short term, it did. Did it get rid of your irritation forever? Clean the kitchen once and you will never feel that yucky irritation show up again. It'll be gone forever. Like, yeah. There's other people in the world. There's plenty of irritation to show up, right? And fatigue. Now that's really a classic one. We forgot to put fatigue, but take a nap. Go take a nap for fatigue. One nap and you're done, right? No more fatigue for the rest of your life. By the way, it needs regular cleaning.
That's it. Yeah, you don't get it continuously clean kitchen either, right?
Husband waits till she's irritated to clean. I bet maybe it doesn't take that long for it to show back up. Doesn't for me. But now you see the lopsidedness of it, and we've purposely tilted it, right? We've got this picture so that it's tilted, it's off balance, and with this big picture look at things, we've off balanced it on purpose. Strangely enough, maybe not so strange, scientifically that's the case. That's how us humans are. We tend to do more relief moves than anything else.
We're lopsided.
And if you think for a moment, well, why would that be? We got this little thing called an amygdala.
Right.
That is on guard all the time. ready to take evasive action, and it errs on the side of evading, which has worked well for us all these, thousands or millions of years, however long you want to go with, because it keeps us safe. But we err on the side of avoidance, avoid, escape, get relief, right? But that's not all of us. We have the other side of us as well. And so now at this point, we would say, hey, what do you do up there on the upper right? Me, I can call my wife, right? Up and down my wife, I give her a call or text her, whatever. All text. What kind of stuff you got over there? Oh, family. What might we do with family? Up in the upper right.
Oh, I got one. Invite him for dinner.
There we go. Easter's coming up. You do your Easter or Passover. What do they call that for Passover?
Yep, Passover. Yep.
There's a name for it, though. I can't think of it. Oh, well. My Jewish friends will get after me later. And what might we do with our friends? I don't know. Go play ball with them. Play golf. There we go. We're going to play golf. Or tennis. Or whatever. Bowling. Remember bowling? There's a book somebody wrote, about the demise of bowling leagues.
Oh, yeah.
It's been rough on society. It's actually friendship, or the lack thereof, is a big thing these days.
Mm-hmm.
So friends and pets, of course, you pet them, you feed them. You give them a bath when they come in from the backyard all muddy. I said, "What? Why is Kevin being so specific?" Because my puppy did that to me 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Had to wash her off.
We'll do that, right?
Oh, yeah, they do that kind of. But, it all works out. And there we go. And we leave it like that. Okay. That's how it is. Now you got the big picture. Now we've got the picture. And that's what we're going for, is that picture. And the way we ramp it up into ongoing dynamic adjusting is to ask the question, okay, just guess about how much time are you spending over on the left side per day versus how much time are you spending over on the right side. A day is 24 hours. Everybody gets the same amount, so it's 24 hours. And many people answer this as a percentage. So 100% is 24 hours. So what do you think? Anybody want to guess how much time? Or you can just try and guess the usual thing that people say. Phil and I have done this a lot, so we know the modal answer.
The most frequently occurring numbers.
The most frequently occurring numbers that people, everybody does. Everybody want to venture a guess? That's what you do. You just guess.
Yeah. There's no right or wrong to it.
Nobody's going to report you for it. You won't get demerits for it. You just guess.
That's it.
60-40. And that's Jasmine been with us before. We've done this with lots of audiences. 80-20. That's the severe folks right there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The most frequently occurring, and that includes like business groups, civic organizations, religious organizations and stuff.
Schools, classrooms.
You'll get 60-40 mostly. The occasional person will say 50-50 or like 40-60, but yeah, it's pretty rare. You'll usually get 60-40. And if you get in with the substance abusers, heroin addicts, stuff, folks like that, you may get the 80-20 or the 90-10. Most people realize they're doing a little bit of approach stuff at least. But think about somebody who's in the throes of severe addiction. They're in stuck loops. They're over on the left side here, like crazy. But as I said, most of us know that we're avoiders, and so we tend to lean a little bit to the left. Okay, which is fine. It's whatever. And really, that's what you're leaving somebody with. That picture. That is the picture. Now you can ramp it up a little more and say, now you can go about your life noticing who's important to you and noticing your yucky stuff showing up and noticing your relief moves and noticing your satisfaction moves. You can go about noticing all that stuff. And then, over time, notice how to balance it. And with those words, I just threw in dynamically adjusting in modern time. What that is. Literally. That's it. So now, and it's an occupational hazard that I do it. I think Phil suffers from the same.
I have a similar affliction.
Right. That this thing gets stuck in your head.
Yep.
And these kind of questions and this type of view gets stuck in your head. Now, it makes you, one, accepting of your relief move.
Yeah.
It's part of the deal.
It's all good.
They're just part of it. Now, with that said, you can notice when you're doing too much relief. You're avoiding too much. You notice that. You can certainly notice when you're doing approach moves. And you notice all that. And then if you get the chance, as some people come back. Now, Phil and I do lots of presentations where we only get to see people once.
Yes, one shot.
One shot. So you're going to a college class and presenting. You're going to a conference and presenting. You're going to see a business group and you're presenting, whatever. And you community organizations and stuff, all kinds of stuff that we've done. And you say, guess what they remember? They don't remember your name. They don't remember how you were dressed. No.
Nope.
They don't remember any wise words that you said. What do they remember, Jasmine? Even months after you've seen them, if you happen to run into them.
Even longer sometimes, yeah.
A year, 2, 3 years later, you'll run into somebody and they'll go, oh, I remember you. And here it comes. What do they remember? Phil's showing it to you.
Here's a hint.
And that's why we know it's so powerful. Is because, finally it dawns on you. Oh, yeah. What people are remembering is the picture.
This.
It's the old, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, in this case, a picture's worth hundreds of thousands of words.
Mm-hmm.
The picture. So nobody ventured to guess. I'll tell you, they remember the picture. That's what they remember. And they remember that feel of it being out of balance.
Yes, you're right, Tony. Yes, very familiar with that.
You want to take early on, and I can still remember because it was still pre-iPhone. So we had flip phones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Flip phones, and there was veterans that wanted to use their. I can remember when the first veteran said, "Can I take a picture of it?" And he used a flip phone to take a picture of his diagram. Right? And of course, it's been done thousands, tens of thousands of times since then. People are taking the picture, and they remember the picture. And if they happen to look in their phone and see it, they see it. It's 40 millisecond processing. 40 milliseconds meaning 41 thousandths of a second. Oh, no processing of language.
Nope. No contemplating.
No contemplating. No
reflecting.
No, I ought to be doing anything.
None of that stuff.
Just there.
Yes.
Stuff when I turn it around. Yeah. And It's way cool. And so what we're saying with this balancing the big picture, there you go. Now, what people do automatically, we do not give any instructions.
Yeah.
Here's another case. See, when you go to giving folks instructions, you just judged them. So and if you didn't judge them, you're getting darn close. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
best not, just let it be. And what folks will do is do a little bit more over on the right hand side. And it's sort of in that realm, and we'll hark back to ACT. It's more in the idea of a committed action. I am going to get flowers for my wife. I am going to,
invite my friend over for dinner.
there you go. I haven't seen him in a long time, but
Right.
I'll invite him over for dinner. That kind of thing where people will add on this action. Now, you don't have to explain any kind of values or committed act. That's we're just using that term because it fits with what people do. But they'll tend to think of, no, it's not a lot, and it's not like they're turning their life over and they're no longer doing relief moves. But believe me, if you did the majority of your life over on the satisfaction side, you're probably going to end up dead.
Yeah.
So ixnay on that idea, but don't worry, you don't have to worry about that. Your amygdala will take care of that.
It'll keep you going.
it's gonna keep you avoiding all over the place.
Yep.
That's what it does. It's okay. It's not a big deal. I said that only comes in when people do realize I can feel it. I'm doing too much avoiding.
Yeah, and it feels like this.
I can feel it. And it's all a feel. And that's where the dynamic adjustment comes in. It's okay. Name your thing that you're doing. Walking or riding a bicycle or a motorcycle or driving a car or steering a boat. I don't care what.
Pulling your kayak.
But it's a feel, right? Oh, yeah. The kayak was the picture that the balanced kayak. Anybody ever been in a kayak, or especially a canoe? You go to lean over to one side. Wahoo! You need a Justin in a real hurry. Get it back up right. So that's what we're meaning. You're rolling through life. There's a picture we'll put on. It'll be in the book of train tracks, and you're going down the train tracks, and you're paying attention to this stuff. So you can do on the move dynamic adjustments. So a way of working with people that emphasizes looking at their life from this point of view and getting a feel for dynamically adjusting, which will probably automatically include more satisfaction moves.
Upper right.
More time spent with family, friends, pets, gardening, stuff like that.
Yep.
And it's pretty cool. It's way cool. The trouble is that you don't need a lot of words. So the trick is to shut up. Easy peasy for us humans. Not.
Piece of cake.
We are really good. There's a famous line in that movie. Tom Hanks and somebody goes to apologize to her, and she said, "You had me at hello." Remember that scene in that movie? Was it Money?
Oh no, I was thinking of another one. Sorry, not that one.
Famous one, but
Tom Hanks. Huh?
Not Tom Hanks. Tom Cruise.
Tom
Cruise.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Jerry Maguire. That's it.
Thank you, Mary Ellen. Right.
Well, she's telling him to shut up. You don't need to say more.
Yeah.
And us humans have more trouble with that. I will once again quote my dear wife, Mary Alice, who is a clinical psychologist, therapist, and some years ago, she blurts out, "You know what you need to do? You need to show people the matrix and get the hell out of the way." And that's what this is.
Very true. That's it.
By
So really the simple piece.
the way, I'll give you a little coaching while I was talking to her about this crowdcast. And she said, something that she does with folks is she gets it all set up just like what Phil had,
Right here.
that upper right stuff. And she says, now what you're probably thinking now is I'm going to give you some advice about what you need to do. And I'm not.
Dispel that myth right off the bat, right?
I'm not going to give you any advice
Yeah.
about what to do. You will look at this, and I have 100% confidence that you will come up with stuff all on your own. She says that. I've not said that a bunch. Either way, people come with it on their own.
Yeah.
That is another webinar we've done. What you set up is intrinsic motivation. Because if she or Phil or I or Jasmine or anybody else that was working with somebody, if we started advising people on what they ought to do, that's extrinsic motivation, meaning, and it just doesn't work as well.
Yep.
I mean, it just doesn't, and it absolutely crashes on the rocks with adolescents.
Oh yeah. Well, we'd be stealing their intrinsic motivation, and they don't like that.
It's not going to work with them, and it's usually not going to work with
a grown-up adolescent.
Grown-ups, because they'll come back with the yes buts.
The big adolescent.
So yeah, you told me to do that, but it didn't work or whatever.
Yeah.
So no, let's leave it be, and when you come back, we'll talk about what you did. So that's how we set it up. Now, with that said, that's your only task. From our point of view, that's it. Obviously, many of you work in situations or are doing a conference, it's like Phil and I, and we can't end things in 30 or 40 minutes or whatever. We got to keep going. So now is the art of continuing to go and not mess this up. That's the trick. So just keep an eye on whatever you're talking about, and we really knock stuff out. We still will teach people ACT. Hell, if we wanted to, we could teach people CBT because we used to do that.
Oh yeah.
But we don't recommend you do one or the other, or psychodynamics or family therapy or anything else you want to throw in. Don't matter to us. We just want the picture.
This is our job right here.
Our thing is, talk. Oh yeah, the picture.
Yeah.
And so just do that. With the caveat being, try not to add a bunch of judgments in and sneaking in what they ought to be doing. And
yeah.
The thing that's what we mean by don't step on it. Be judging and telling people what to do, giving advice would work. But other than that, you got it. It's reliant on pattern recognition. Humans love to. No, they don't love it. They just recognize patterns
instantly.
Period. This is it. You're born. You recognize patterns. That's just the way we're built. Okay, other animals too, but humans particularly, and they'll look at the pattern. They'll adjust. We do think there is a great service in showing somebody the pattern,
right?
Because most people don't know how to do a self-portrait of themselves like this.
They've never looked at themselves this way before.
They've it all seems so complicated.
Yeah.
Life is very complicated. Of course, it is.
Yep.
But then you put it down like this, and you're summarizing things into these big chunk categories, which is who's important, yucky stuff, relief behaviors, satisfaction behaviors, these big chunks. And those are pretty easy to sort life into.
Yeah.
And now you can take this very complex life, reduce it down to this simplicity, and then set up the dynamics the way we showed you, and you got it going. It's way cool. People take off with it. If you ever get a chance, if you're a presenter, you go to groups and you present, and you do this with a group and get them started. What we recommend you do is have the audience members show each other, go through the questions with each other. So they'll draw a picture of who's important to you and what's your yucky stuff. They'll do it all. And we just go to sit in a corner and drink coffee while they're doing that.
Get out of the way.
It is cool. Well, one, you're doing the thing, showing the matrix and get the hell out of the way. And it is so cool to listen to them. It is, they just come alive.
Oh, they eat it up.
They just come alive. But I mean, from sixth graders to geriatrics, they come alive. It's really something to see them get going on it, because it's just interesting. It just is. So, but anyway, you develop the big picture, and then your next task is to stay out of the way of it. Let the person be. B. Let them be. Think Beatles song. Let it be.
Let it be. My all-time favorites.
So this is that. It's a whole lot of fun. As I said, we're toying around, we're playing around with recordings, and we transcribe them and we put them in the book, and we're playing around with organizing the book. And so, just like what I said, it's not going to be a long book.
No.
Because if we wrote a long book, we'd be violating.
We'll be violating the big picture.
Right. So we don't want to do that. So we're trying to do it. What we're setting up is a book so that literally the first chapter is this, where people are quickly taking into it. And there's going to be pictures of the matrix with some already preloaded swishes and stuff, and things, so people can fill it in.
Like that.
Like that. So in book form, picture book form, picture book form, people can get started in this process. So we hope that by the end of the first chapter, they are dynamically adjusted. And in modern times, that's just where you are. So, it just sounded good to say in modern.
Yeah.
But where you are now, you're dynamically adjusting. But that's true. Now that is true, because now you can do this on the fly. Now you can, gee, who's important to me? Maybe I can go get some ice cream for somebody.
Yeah. Do something nice for them.
In the realm of satisfaction moves, ice cream's way up there.
Well, I don't put a smile on their face.
That brings a smile to my face. Yeah. Ice cream. Hey. So you get the idea. You think about this stuff. Phil and I start with who's important to us. If you want to know, that's how we start.
That's where you go.
If people, the only recommendation we would say is people say, well, I don't know how to get it restarted. And like I personally, I just start with who's important to me and go from there. And they go, oh yeah, that's a good starting point.
Yeah. It
So
works.
it's not really advice. It's just that's where I start from. Probably scientifically speaking, folks, starting in the lower left's not such a good idea. dampens. Well, remember when I started with how
In a hurry.
so the lower right goes hey, and the lower left goes. It's
Yeah.
so
You want
if you're a musician, the lower right that's happy music, and the lower left that's the minor key. That's the frowny face music. So, what do they call it on the shows now? They always name the music like pensive music.
Oh yeah, pensive music, right? Yes.
So,
Oh yeah,
when that,
sounds pretty.
when that music going, no. Or dark foreboding music. Oh no.
No.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, turn on the subtitles.
Yeah, just right.
Like on HBO or something. And they always, some of these music scientists identify the music and whether it's light and lyrical and this and that. I find it, of course, as you can tell, I like music. But I just think it's great. But anyway, so if you think of it, lower right, happy, lower left, sad. Don't start with sad. Not with this. That's
Nope.
I know there's people out there that would make an argument for it, but I'm telling you right now, if I go see a group, I'm starting on the lower right.
All the time, every single time.
I don't need to be starting in that lower
Without
left.
fail.
No.
Without fail.
I get people off on the wrong foot. So there we go. I want you see us just playing with the book and getting it. I hope you enjoyed it. You see how we're building this up. But this is the first chapter. What you saw today is really us working on the first chapter.
Yep, that'll be chapter 1.
Developing that. It'll be in picture form though. Mostly pictures. Bill and I, we have advanced degrees, so therefore our favorite books are picture books.
I love a book with lots of pictures in it.
I'm thumb through and find the pictures. Right?
Oh, yeah, cool.
We're all just kids at heart, right? But this one you're really going to open up to a picture to fill it out, to get it filled out. There we go. What are we going to do for the rest of the day, Phil? What is this? The 3rd, Monday.
Yep,
We'll continue working on this and that and the other.
absolutely.
You know, I jumped on it and I got my beehives all ready to go.
Awesome.
I don't have that.
I've been cleaning up my backyard, getting it ready.
Unless it's warmed up quite a bit. I may or may, we'll see. I'm up here in Maine, which is I'm further north than Toronto. So
Yeah, that's really wild. We look on the map how
look
far
on the map.
north.
I'm actually located up. So
Maine's up here, Canada's down here.
did you guys to do writing sometimes have the do you we have clients do it all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, my longer standing clients, they'll come in and they'll just, if someone was doing it live, they'll grab the pen and just start going.
And if it seems like that's it, yeah. And I will even do it in presentations.
Oh yeah,
I'll have people stand up. I'll hand them the marker. They'll walk up to the board and they'll write.
Off they go.
It's dynamic, right? It's motion. Better to get them off their butts and get them moving. Yeah,
It's moving around. Kids, it's great with kids, getting them to do it. They love doing it.
And there's all kinds of examples of people doing the matrix on the floor and
Yep.
people moving around.
Yeah, drawing it out on a black top outside, that kind of stuff. Yep.
All kinds of, definitely. If you can think of it, it's probably a good idea. I mean, as long as you keep it non-judgmental and keep people into the flow and get people noticing.
Along with it.
On this one, we're really emphasizing noticing the stuckness, noticing that
This here.
left side eating up probably a little bit too much time.
You're out of balance.
for years, folks, and I'll tell you, I still go, sort of dynamically, but I'll go, I think I'm hitting relief a little bit, a little bit too much, right?
He's up on the release.
It's just so easy to do, to get, to avoid, to take Tylenol, drink water. What do you think of asking, or what is important to you? Feel so isolated, or asking the who question is super happy, then switch it. Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. No, we are
Talk about what
now we do know that when we did a steady diet of asking what happened, a good percentage of the time, and when I mean that, I mean like 20, 30, 40% of the time. It was
fairly often.
It would a lot. The people get stumped.
Yeah.
They go,
what do you mean? What's important?
What do you mean? What's important? I don't get it. When we switched to who, we got 95%.
Everybody.
Above.
Yeah, right away.
They would answer. I understand that there may be a few people that are so isolated that it might not resonate with them, and then you adjust. It's okay. Just help them out.
Yeah.
Just help them find a lizard or a plant or something. that's
old friend, anything, right?
Co-worker. I think I've had that question for a while. Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, we're flexible. We're trying to make it work. We're trying to get it dynamically going with somebody.
You're trying to get the process started here, right?
Now, with that said, we long ago, just by doing it a lot, discovered the what didn't work anywhere near as well as who. So who works better in the long run? For the most part, it works better. And so we just take off with that. And the main thing, and keep it light, and really, in that lower right, even if you're not a musician, that lower right, that's happy music. Best you can, lighten it up.
Yep.
Get the person thinking about those lighter times, being with animals or being with plants or whatever.
Interact.
Right. Get them that way versus the yucky stuff. That's easy.
Oh yeah, everybody. That just flows out of people.
Right. And once again, thank you, amygdala, for giving me a nice steady stream of yucky.
Generating so much content for me.
Hey, amygdalas can't live without them, right?
Yep.
Anyway, so we'll take off. As I said, we're writing it up. We'll get it written, get it put it. We'll probably make it so it's pretty easy for all of you to get. And in the meantime, we'll think of something to do on Wednesday. We haven't scheduled anything.
Yes, we will. We got plenty of time.
You're welcome, Mary Ellen.
Yeah. You are very welcome.
We'll sign off. Here we go.
Have a good one, everybody.
See if I can hit the right buttons here.
Yep.